27 with Mizmor Shir because we're coming straight from a holiday to Shabbat, so there's no Kabbalat Shabbat. And also, Noah has, you requested no Kabbalat Shabbat, right? You wanted Shabbos to be shorter. Okay. All to keep you happy and from falling asleep. Because we know what happens when you fall asleep. Okay. Page 27, Mizmor Shir.
Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir leYom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir leYom HaShabbat. Tov, tov lehodot l'Adonai. L'Adonai,
ולזמר לשמך
עליון. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני.
טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני. להגיד בבוקר חסדך. להגיד בבוקר חסדך. באמונתך בלילות, באמונתך בלילות. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני. להגיד בבוקר חסדך. להגיד בבוקר חסדך. באמונתך בלילות, באמונתך בלילות. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני.
טוב,
טוב להודות לאדוני.
טוב, טוב להודות
לאדוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות לאדוני. Let us turn to page 28. Tzadika Tamar at the bottom of the page.
Tzadika Tamar Yifra, Ke'erez Balvanon Yizkei Shetulim Bebeit Adonai. Chatrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Odienu B'Seiva B'Shenim B'Rananim Yiyu Lekagid Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri Tzuri Velo Avlata.
Page 29. Adonai malach geud labesh, labesh. Adonai ozita
zar. Aftikon tevel batimot. Aftikon tevel batimot. Nachon gizacha me'az. מעולם אתה.
נשאו נהרות אדוני, נשאו נהרות כל העם, יישאו נהרות עוד ים, מקולות מים רבים, Yisrael.
Adir
Bamarom
Adonai, Adir Bamarom Adonai, Erotecha Nenu Meod, Lebeitcha Nava Kodesh, Adonai Leorech Yamim, Adonai Leorech Yamim, Mikolot
Maim
Rabim,
Adirim Yisrael.
Adir Bamarom Adonai, Adir Bamarom Adonai.
Let us please rise for Baruch, page 39.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach
Leolam va'ed yaralai. Lai lai la 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 lai lai. Lai la 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 lai lai. Yaralai lai 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 yaralai. Lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai. Yaralai lai 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 yaralai yaralai.
Uma'avir yom u'mevin laila, umavdil ben yom u'ven laila. Adonai tzevaot shemo, Adonai tzevaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat Olam, page 40.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot u'kimu mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu V'shokbeinu v'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'b'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu U'bahem neged yomam v'layla Ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimini le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
Ohev Amo Yisrael
Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai
Ve'ahavta et Adonai
Elohecha
Elohecha
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך
ובכל
מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ואם שמוע תשמעו על מזוזותיי. ויאמר שלמה לבני ישראל ואמרת ציצית, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, זכרתם את כל נזות עיני והייתם אותם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Page 44.
Nai 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 Yai dai 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 Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o seifele, nora tehilot, o seifele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam livnei Moshe, ze Elianu ve'amru, זה אלינו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד נאי 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 נאי
השכיבנו, page 45.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו
סוכת שלומך
ופרוס עלינו
סוכת שלומך
ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים אמן ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים ועל ירושלים ועל ירושלים Amen.
Let us please rise for Shamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברה קידושי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen.
We continue now praying the Amidah for Shabbat, which begins on page 47. We recite it silently. If you finish praying the Amidah, please be seated. We're going to continue on page 51 with Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Adon lechol hashalom, ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, and let us say Amen.
Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol
Israel ve'imeru. Amen.
Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru.
Kadishalem, page 54.
יתגדל וגדשם מרבה
אמן.
בעלמא דיברה קרותי ואמלך מלכותי בחיי חוני ומכוני וחי לכל בית ישראל בגאלה ובזמן קריב ומרוע אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם לעל מעלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתמנעשה ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לעין לה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירת בעלמא ואמרו אמן תתקבל צלות תהון ובאות דכל ישראל קודם לשמיה ואמרו אמן יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Shabbat Shalom. So finally we have a normal Shabbat, right? It's like not a holiday, but just Shabbat, which is a holiday, but you know, no special Amidah, no Hallel, no nothing. Very good. We get Noah's Bar Mitzvah tomorrow. That's a special thing about it. But no liturgy requirements. I wanted to also, bring you up to speed with the book of Genesis. We're about to begin reading the book of Genesis. Actually, for those of you who were in synagogue this morning, we began the reading of the book of Genesis on Simchat Torah. And it's really a joyous moment because that's when you realize that we as Jews really never stop reading or studying the Torah even for a second. The moment we end, that's the moment we begin. And so we begin again. The book of Genesis, Sefer Bereshit, is honestly my favorite book in the entire Torah for many reasons. I think that if you ever taught religious school or you ever taught children, you will find that the stories in Bereshit are wonderful stories to teach. They're easier than teaching, the laws of leprosy that appear in Leviticus, right? We prefer to talk about Adam and Eve. We prefer to talk about Joseph than the daily sacrifices. But there's something about the beginning of Bereshit that makes it especially remarkable. Beyond the creation of the world and beyond the 7 days, which we'll talk about tomorrow, there's really an undercurrent of good versus evil that occurs throughout this Torah portion. Every single word permeates with the idea of good versus evil. Why? Because when God creates the world, God is trying to put the chaos into check. And that means that God's self is battling forces that are completely out of control. And as God tries to put that chaos in its proper place, you can see the battle happening throughout the entire Torah portion. There's the episode of Abel and Cain and Abel, which is really an incredible, incredible story. We never really almost talk about it because we're sidetracked with the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve. And this is almost at the end of the Torah portion. But it's a very, very important story to read in the Jewish tradition. By the way, tremendous theological differences surface between Judaism and Christianity in the way in which we read this story. Right? For Christians, the fact that Cain was not punished with death by God after killing his brother means that there shouldn't be a death penalty for murder. For Jews, we actually see this as Cain doing something that he had no idea what he was doing because nobody had died until that moment. So how would he know that the consequences of striking his brother was going to be he was going to kill him? So there's a whole different understanding of religion and how we believe in God and the way God interacts with humans and truth in the pages of this Torah portion. So let me remind you a little bit about the story because it's really remarkable. Vayomer Adonai el Cain, ei hevel achicha. And God says to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? Vayomer lo yadati. I don't know. Can you imagine? Of course he knows. And what comes next? Ashomer achi anochi? Am I responsible for my brother's well-being? Like, am I really? Who do you think I am? And then God says, one of the most incredible verses in the entire Torah, Tzuakim elai, damei achicha tzuakim elai min adama. The blood of your brother is crying out to me from under the earth. Look, you can't hide what you did. We all know what you did. And the blood of your brother is going to be with us forever. This was the first time that we encountered evil, beyond the serpent and the words of coercion to Eve. This is evil in action. And the reaction is incredible. Cain's reaction is immediately to think that he didn't do anything wrong. Because of what I mentioned, he didn't know the consequences. There's actually a midrash that's incredible that says that when God confronts Cain, he says to him, look, what did you expect me to do, God? I'm like somebody who works in a warehouse, and you're the owner of the warehouse. If I decide to steal things, it's not my fault. It's your fault. Because you're the owner. You should have put watchmen in the warehouse to prevent me from stealing the stuff. So it is so easy for us as human beings to say, it's not my fault, I never did it, I didn't mean it. And the world is filled with examples of this that end up being tremendously tragic. Do you remember Julius Caesar, the Shakespeare play? The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in us. This is exactly something that refers to what I just said. It's not the gods that make up what happened to us. It is us with our actions ourselves that bring it upon ourselves. And Cain really couldn't take responsibility. 1961, Eichmann was brought to justice in Israel. He was kidnapped from Argentina. You all know the story. If you don't know the story, you need to see the movie or you need to read the book because it's a remarkable story. And when we brought him to trial, Eichmann sat in that glass cabin like a bureaucrat. He didn't look like he was an evil man. He looked like a guy that pushed numbers and pencils. And there was a philosopher who was a reporter in the trial, Hannah Arendt, who wrote a whole book based on what she experienced at the trial, The Banality of Evil, which is exactly about Eichmann, looking not like the personification of evil, but like a guy who just was following orders. It was not his fault. He was just following orders. Now, I don't need to tell you why that logic is completely flawed. Because in history, the greatest acts of evil have been committed by people who never found the moral courage to stand up to the ones who were promoting the evil amongst themselves. Yes, during the Second World War, during the Shoah, we have examples of people who tried to save Jews, but by and large, the German public, certainly the German army, was entirely okay with the plan of exterminating the Jews. And that is why, when you hear somebody say that Hitler did some right things, or that he wishes his generals were like Hitler's, you can't ignore it. As Jews, we have the moral obligation to stand up to it. Look, I don't know about you, but Hitler murdered half my family. So I don't take these words lightly. And you know me, I give it to both sides. I do not believe that their anti-Semite is better than my anti-Semite. Okay? All anti-Semites are wrong. And this is the greatest threat to the Jewish community that we can possibly imagine. To dismiss evil is the worst possible thing that we can do as Jews. Because our history is filled with examples of what happens when we turn a blind eye. I really believe that we have the duty and the moral obligation to tell ourselves that what is going on is not right. Just like I told you, I stood here a couple of weeks ago and told you that America had no business telling Israel not to bomb the nuclear sites in Iran. I stand here today and I tell you, we can't dismiss the casual brushing and bringing up of the name of Hitler as, well, you know, you don't have to like that guy. This is serious stuff. Just like Cain, we know exactly what's going on. We may not want to admit it, but we know it. Never in my life did the words lesser of two evils have been sounding through my head constantly, as in the last couple of months. But the truth is, dear friends, that there's no lesser of two evils. Evil is evil, period. On one side, you have somebody acknowledging that what Israel is doing in self-defense could be genocide. Which is ridiculous. It's despicable. And on the other side, the glorification of Nazism. Remember Eichmann and remember what he looked like. He didn't look like a threat, but he was. If you've never been to the house in Lake Swansea, near Berlin, I have been there. And I can tell you that walking to the room where the Nazis, led by Eichmann, had dinner and tea as they planned the final solution, looking at the set table with their name tags in their places, changed my life. Because I never understood that while they were dining and wining and looking at a beautiful world, they had no problem, in the blink of an eye, in sending 6 million people to their deaths, including 1.5 million Jewish children. That is evil, and they should not be glorified. Not casually, not jokingly, not ever. I really hope that as we go through the book of Genesis, we finally get the message. We were not put in this world by God just to be here for His pleasure. We are partners with God. There's a concept in Kabbalah called shutafut, the concept of partnership in making the world a place that is worth living in. And I understand that we alone may not be able to change it. But going down with our voices being heard, just because I have to pick the lesser of two evils, is really not the character of our people. Shabbat Shalom. May I please ask us to rise? We're going to continue with Shalom Aleichem, page 73.
Shalom Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ani Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
DJ, who's our bar mitzvah this Shabbat?
Gabe.
Gabe? Is it Evan Cooperstock?
No, that was last week.
That was last week. You want to do it again? I can't remember.
I think is it Noah? Is it Noah?
Is it you? Really? Come on down. We're very proud of Noah. He's our bar mitzvah for this Shabbat. I wanted to make sure you believed it, because if you don't believe it, how am I going to believe it?
I believe it.
Okay, you believe it. Okay. We'd like to invite Noah's family up to the bima at this time. Gabe, you can come up too. It's okay. It's okay. For Kiddush. And we'd like to invite all the children that are with us this evening to please come up to the bima. Come on, don't be shy. Now all of you guys are shy. Evan, you can still come up. You're now a man, but you can come up to the bima too. It's okay. There you go. The same one? This is very good one. This is like a good version of Manischewitz. Okay, page 55. Let us please remain standing. Hold on. Do you want the... You got it?
I got it.
Make us proud, Noah. Come on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kocho ve'ahava u'ratzon hinhilanu
Zikaron lemase bereshit
ki hu yom tekila
lemikra kodesh zefer litziat mitzrayim ki banu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim Shabbat Kodshecha Be'ahava U'b'ratzon Inchaltanu
Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Not again.
Not again?
Not again.
We do it on purpose so you don't like it, you know? Do not cut yourself, okay?
All right.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem
min haaretz. Amen. If you guys want some challah, we have challah over there, okay? Because this is a little bit of a big piece. No, who taught you how to cut the challah?
I've been taught to cut apples.
Huh? I think we're going to have to send you to challah cutting classes. Hold on, don't leave. I have something for you. So I have a certificate that says that 2 trees have been planted for you in Israel. Not 1, but 2. 1, right, the usual, and the other one to give you shade so when you take a nap, you have the shade of the tree. You can bring your pajamas, you can lay down there, not a problem.
I'll get a hammock.
No, we only got you 1 tree. Don't fall asleep, okay?
All right.
Mazel tov Noah, many, many, many years of growing up together with this tree. A lot of naches from you to your family, and may we see each other in many, many smachot. Okay, we're very, very proud of you. And you ready for tomorrow?
I am.
Wearing a bow tie too?
Yep, I have it on right now.
You know, I got one, but I cannot make it. Do you know how to make a knot?
I don't use that one.
Why? Mazel tov Noah.
Thank you.
Let us please remain standing for Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגאי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שירותי שמיים ויוסד הארץ.
ואלוהינו אינו הוד המלכים, זולתו כתוב בתורתו וידע.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו,
Let us please be seated. The following is the list of yortzites for next week at Temple Beth Sholom: Robert Abrams, Zina Appenzeller, Betty Berger, Aaron Cheese, Irving Corbin, Charles Edwards, Samuel Elgarten, Frank Freeman, Philip Gold, Caroline Siskin-Gordon, Ruth Gould, Abraham Green, Oren Grossman, Marge Herzog, Eva R. Kasmer, Mary Clar, Dina Letman, Alan Loeb, Jay Margulis, Jacob Meissner, Julia Myers, May Marmor-Nager, Sidney Pellit, Robert Pritzker, Annie Rosoff, Leo Sugar, Dr. Walter Schwartz, Terry Seltzer, Rosalind Selznick, Sandra Shaken, Ann Shest, Gita Shore, Jimmy Silvers, Sam Tosher, Ida Waldman, Rosanna Warren, Irenta Zuko Warren, Maurice Weiss, Philip Wellens, Frank Avid Walensky, Harris Wollman, Rita York, Rosalind Ruth Zoldan, Norma Zucker, and Marvin A. Zucker. Mourners and those serving yortzeit, please rise for the Mourners Kaddish, page 58. Idgadal ve'itgadas shemei Rabbah, be'alma dibrach hirutei ve'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'b'chaye dechol bet Israel, b'agala u'b'zman kari ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach l'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shmei dekudesha brichu. Leila min kol birchata ve'shirata, tushbechata ve'nechemata damiram be'olma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlam harav amin shemaya, b'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imru amen. Ose shalom b'imromav, uyase shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imru amen. Please be seated. I'd like to call upon Mark Cooperstock for the announcements. Mark's a member of our board of directors. I've called him Max on occasion, but his real name is Mark. Press the button.
I answer to many names,
Okay.
some nicer than others. Thank you, DJ. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome. Thank you, Rabbi and DJ, again, for beautiful service this evening. Please join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. when Noah Schwamberg will be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. Congratulations and mazel tov to your entire family. During the week, please join us for morning minyan. Meeting times are in the Steinberg Chapel, Sunday mornings at 9 and Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Remember, Sunday is the last day to bring your own bags filled with non-perishables for the Project Isaiah food drive. Donations can be left with security, dropped off in the lobby, or in the front office. Senior USY Cosmic Bowling Night is this Saturday at 7 p.m., and Junior USY will play laser tag at Battle Blast on Sunday at 3. Got to double check that time, 3 o'clock. It's time to RSVP for the Kadima and USY Shabbat dinner on Friday, November 1st. Radical Torah with Rabbi Goodman continues on Monday, October 28th at noon in the boardroom. A light lunch will be served. This class is for TBS members. Intro to Judaism and Hebrew Literacy will take place on Thursday, October 31st, beginning at 6:30. Blessing of the Pets will be on Sunday, November 3rd. Bring your pet on a leash or in a carrier, please, to the MPR for a blessing. Friday, November 8th is our Friday night kids service. The service is for families with young ones, and there will be a craft and child-friendly dinner served. Wednesday, November 13th is We Will Dance Again 1 year. Dance, Sweat, and Tears is filled with movement and dance in a safe space. This is an event for women to reconnect with their body, soul, and each other. RSVP is required. Tickets are still available for Derek David's Soul Survivor concert on November 24th. The last day for Mitzvah Course signups for November is October 28th. Details for all of these events can be found in your handout, the weekly TBS email and website. Following services, please join us for Oneg in the Sukkah. Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by grandparents Nidra and Mitchell Schwarmberg in honor of Noah becoming a bar mitzvah. If you are new or visiting Temple Beth Sholom, we invite you to meet with one of the members of the board of directors. We'll be sitting at the table with the blue or teal, as some say, tablecloth. And if you know of a table member who's in the hospital, ill at home, or in a nursing home, please contact the Temple office to let us know. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
By the way, all of you who came yesterday night to celebrate Simchat Torah with us and Elvis, thank you for being here. It was a great, great night. It was really fun. We're thinking next year Neil Diamond. You know?
Yeah, why not?
Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Right? I think it could work, DJ. It could work.
I think so.
We have to get through Purim first.
Yeah, please.
This time, I promise
We
you,
have to get through Hanukkah first.
I will
so
be at the
let's,
reading of the Megillah for Purim. I will not absent myself. Yeah, it was bad. Page 211, Adon Olam, followed by our blessing.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Hashem Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'nasa, V'hefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nigra, V'acharei Kitlot HaKol, Lebado Himlok Nora, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, Vehu yeh v'tifara, Vehu echad, Ve'en sheni lecham shelo le'akbira, B'li reshit, B'li tachlit, Ve'lo ha'oz ve'hamizra, Vehu eli, Ve'chai go'ali, Ve'tzur chevli be'etzara, Vehu nisi umanosli, V'natkosi beyom ekra, Be'ado afkid bruchi ve'etishan ve'aira, Ve'imruchi Giviati Adonai li ve'lo ira, Nai nai nai, nai nai nai, nai nai nai, nai 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 nai.
Let us come together to celebrate, to acknowledge this beautiful Shabbat, Shabbat of creation, Shabbat Bereshit.
Yevorechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'ir Adonai panav elecha v'yikunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom Yevorechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha
Adonai Yos lemo iten, Adonai Yevarech et amo b'shalom, Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.